Hello, in this video we're going to look at multiplying and dividing signed numbers. So signed meaning negatives and positives together. So we're going to go through a few examples on how we do this. So the first one says simplify. And we have negative 7/8 times negative 3/4. So much of this is the same in working with numbers. If you're multiplying and dividing, they're going to do the same process. We just have to remember what happens when we work with positives and negative numbers. So if I have a positive times a positive, gives me a positive number. That's what we're used to. If I have a positive times a negative, it's going to give us a negative, vice versa as well. If we have a negative times a positive, gives us a negative. And if we have a negative times a negative, that gives us a positive. So if the signs are the same, whether they're positive or negative, we get a positive answer. Otherwise, if there's one of each, we get a negative answer. So let's look at this particular problem. And so what we're going to do is this one is multiplication. So we're going to multiply and then worry about the signs at the end. So notice we have a negative times a negative means our answer is going to be positive. So we're going to have positive something. Now, how do I multiply fractions? Remember that we multiply straight across. So we have 7 times 3 over 8 times 4. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 4 is 32. And then we have to know, is there something that goes into both of them so that I can simplify this at all? And the answer is nothing goes into this. And so again, negative times a negative is a positive. So our answer is positive 21/32. All right, next example says evaluate negative a squared for a equals 5, b equals negative 4, and c equals 2. In this one, they give us a whole lot of extra information. We only have an a in there, so we only care what a equals. So let's plug that in for a. So we have negative 5 squared. Remember that something squared means that number times itself. So this is negative 5 times a negative 5. So negative times a negative is going to give us a positive. 5 times 5 is 25. So there's our answer. And last example, evaluate m squared over p squared for m equals 10, n equals negative 5, and p equals negative 2. So again, gave us some extra information. We don't have an n, so we don't really need to know what that is. But let's plug those in where they go. So m is 10, so we have 10 squared over p squared. So p is negative 2, so that's negative 2 squared. PEMDAS, so 10 squared means 10 times 10, so that's 100. Negative 2 squared, so that's negative 2 times a negative 2. Two negatives make a positive, so 2 times 2 is 4. And then even though that's a fraction, remember fraction bar means divide. So 100 divided by 4 is going to give us 25. There's our answer. That's it for this video. As you go through the lesson, if you have any questions, please make sure to ask your teacher. Have a great day.